It's Dr. Yvette Maureen here, and in line with manifesting healthy, purpose-driven, God-focused relationships, I invite you to get into my new series. I had the pleasure of sitting down with 4 dynamic couples for Season 1 of the Prayer Life Devotional Expressions series. And I'm sure when you all met, you kind of imagined what the other person would be like. Oh, I'm the man, or he's going to be this way. How are you all different from the way you imagine the other person to be?
Oh man,
who wants to go first? Because this might
much different. When I first met this one, he was not this guy at all, like not even a little bit. So when I met him, he is, because Chad Johnson is one of his best friends. And so he used to go out of town a lot, travel a lot. And, you know, with the crowd of guys, when I first met him, actually, he had the ringtone on his phone. I don't remember the name of the song, but it was a song by 50 Cent. And so I was like, yeah, this is...
You went on a second date after that?
Yeah, I did because my friend, some type of way, I don't know how it happened, we wind up, you know, back again. But the second time around was much better, no ringtone, okay? And then, you know, his conversation was so good, you know, I was like, okay, he's a cool person. And then, you know, he asked me, the kicker was he called me again the next day, like at 7:30 in the morning. And I was like, wow, 7:30 in the morning. Like, yeah. I was the first thing on your mind, like 7:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
So that's the reason, like, I gave him like a chance, you know. But even in the relationship,
I just wanted to go get some breakfast.
Yeah,
I guess. But
you was like, I didn't change my ringtone. I gotta call this girl back. It's 7:30.
I did.
You impressed?
She was. I mean, at the 19-year-old came.
And my dad, and I missed the part, my dad like kind of warned me about him.
Man.
My dad was like, oh, he's going in and out of town with Chad Johnson and all them football players, you know, all the groupie girls and this, that, and the third. He's a player and this, that, and the third. And, you know, but I'm just like,
blink once if it's true.
So I just said to myself, I was like, well, you know, he's like, oh, he don't really like you because he got a lot of girls. And I was like, you know, I'm going to go how he makes me feel. And I'm going to go with my own mind. You know, like, you don't be out with us. You don't hang out with us. You're not in our relationship. So how can you sit here and try to tell me what's in our relationship? Mm-hmm. So I just totally just ignored the little, you know, daggers my dad was trying to throw in that sense.
To distract you.
Yes. So he tried to distract me in that sense, you know, because I am daddy's little girl. So
he was just looking out.
Yeah, you know? He was.
And I respect that.
Because he was the first guy I ever brought around. So,
yeah,
you know, because I met Rashad practically fresh out of high school. So he's, to this guy that's sitting here is the man I prayed for. You understand what I'm saying? Totally different from the guy I met, you know, hanging around all of the guys, flying in and out of town. You know, just so strong-headed and didn't want to listen. He did like a total 360. Like, it took time. Mm-hmm. How many years again? How many years have been together again?
15 years. So you have a decade and a half.
Yeah. So it took some time, but I'm glad I worked through it. I worked through it.
But I mean, I'm thankful I listened. I mean, and I'm thankful that she put the time and, you know, and invested, you know, into our future, because like you said, when we first met, I was not mentally where I'm at right now. I basically say, even me as a professional, I would say my first professional suit was purchased by my wife. You know, the
19-year-old.
Yeah.
The 19-year-old said, let me dress you up.
Yeah.
For the man you're going to be, not the man that you are.
She actually had a vision and saw something in me that I didn't see in myself. She basically told me I needed to change the way that I presented myself when it came to, you know, my employer going to work. And she bought me a suit, and that suit led to me getting opportunities that I never expected to receive. And one opportunity led to another. And it was just one of those things where, a lot of people may consider it pressure, but I considered it basically her seeing our future and trying to mold and build our future. Because she was basically, I need for you to do this, and I think you should talk to this person. I think I'm not talking to these people, but I bought in. I started talking to these people, started listening, and it was one of those, where we realized she needed to be, doing the entrepreneur world while I, continue to play in government, and it's been beneficial to the, for the both of us and for our family, not for the both of us, but for our entire family. And we realized that we have to work as a team, and that's one of the things that we do. We're teammates.
She literally dressed you in your uniform to go out there.
Yes, surely did.
No, she did.
That's a good story.
I did.
So I think that y'all have already answered the question of what you're most grateful for. I feel like you all talked about the entertainment and the spontaneity and just like the ability to bounce back. I'd have to describe that as like resilience and being able to say, oh, it's a problem, but it won't be a problem long. Yeah. Is there anything else that y'all are grateful for? Or does that kind of encompass exactly what your marriage is about?
Pretty much. I'm just grateful overall for like our being able to communicate, because I know a lot of married couples, it's like that's like the main issue, the communication. So I'm just grateful for our communication, being able to communicate about any and everything. Like it doesn't matter like what it's about, like we're going to talk about it. And I'm just grateful that he has an open ear to listen. You understand? And I'm glad that we both matured enough to have an open ear to be able to listen to one another and, be able to compromise and, to support one another. So I'm just overall grateful for just the communication part of our, the growth in our relationship, to be able to communicate and listen to one another.
And I would say our friendship. I think that's what's most important. On paper, we're married, but in reality, we're friends. And that's one of the biggest things, because I think we both know several married couples where they spend more time outside of the home with other friends or other associates than they really do, together. And I don't know if that's a downfall, if I'm gonna say, because our entire life is each other and the kids. So, besides when we may, go out with her sisters, or I'll link up with the friend, my friends every now and then. But on Friday nights, it's never one of those, oh, I'm going with the guys, or I'm going, it's one of those things like, what are we doing?
Well, y'all have a game room, so y'all don't have to go anywhere.
Yeah.
They're probably trying to come to y'all's place on a Friday night.
So just the friendship, man, is and just the growth in our communication skills and in our marriage, man, is just what I'm most thankful for.
Did you know to pray for that in advance, like to pray for the friendship? Because I'd say in most conversations I've had with people, there is a list of things, of qualities and characteristics about the person or about themselves. But did you know in advance that you really wanted that friendship, and did you pray for that?
I did. And I pray for it every day, every night. Like I have like one prayer I say every day and every night. I pray for it. Like I'm telling you, like literally, this guy wasn't here 15 years ago. So I literally like prayed for this guy, like literally. So
you're an answered prayer.
Yeah,
yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
Definitely. And the way he treats me, you understand? So that's like number one, like, that's just number one. Cause I know that, I do require a lot of attention sometimes, at times. But good attention.
Good attention.
Good attention.
She bought the first suit so she can get this attention.
For the first suit.
Listen, I'm not letting you live that down every time you have a suit.
So yeah, I'm just I don't know. I don't think I shared that with him, that I prayed for that. And it, like I said, it took time. Like at first, it's like, oh my gosh, it's working, but and then it eventually it started like, okay, this is like, oh God, this is awesome. Like nobody cannot tell me you cannot manifest what you want to manifest overall in life. Just being able to manifest yourself. It's a great person. Also, the person that's with you, you can also manifest greatness into them. So I literally pray for what I have.
And you said, make a good point. You said it took some time. I was listening to Joyce Meyer, and she said, and I told another couple this, when you pray for something, it may not be instantaneous, right? The result, but you know that it's working sometimes when things start going all crazy, like in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
So if you're praying for a change in a certain area and your spouse ends up really cutting up in that area, then it's like, you know what, Lord, he's fighting it. He's fighting this thing. He feels it, but he's just being resistant. He's the man, or she, I'll say that. And you know that all you can do is say, okay, Lord, in your time. Like, you know my heart, you know my prayer. I'm going to watch him cut up, but that means you're probably working. But we're going to get there. And after 15 years, I got there.
Yeah. This is my buddy. This is my buddy.
I said, I call it a homie, man.
Yeah.
I mean, 'cause we're friends. We're married on paper, but I mean, there's nothing that we can't talk about. There's no, we can kick it, laugh. I mean, I say that's all we do is crack jokes and laugh and figure out something. It's just, I think last night we literally laid in the bed and laughed ourselves, to cried ourselves, laughing, just looking at different things, just laughing, and then we woke up to the same thing. Same thing, and it's just.
No, we literally have fun in our relationship. Like we're, it doesn't like feel like a marriage. It feels just more like a friendship. Like I just so happen to have kids from my friend, and I just so happen to live with my friend. I so happen to do business with my friend. Like that's how it feels. Like I don't feel like the pressure of like, how most people like I'm married. It's like like so much pressure and just so much like anxiety. Like like you have to fit in a certain box. Like we don't do all the questioning. Yeah.
Like if you're going somewhere, so she hates the fact she could be going all day. I'm not calling. It's like, I'll see you when you get back home.
Yeah. You have to have
I might need you to check in one time.
No, listen. If something happens, you'll call me.
Yeah.
Other than that, you're protected by God and, have a good day. But all that.
See you get back. We'll be here.
Yeah. It's because I'm working. I work a lot. So, it's, again, he'll send a sweet little text every now and then and say, hey, just thinking about you, just want to say hi, love you. Because I'm typically busy. Like when I'm working and I'm busy, I don't like to be interrupted. So we both have that understanding and agreement. So that's what he means by like, I don't bother her. Yeah. He'll send a text just to let me know that he's thinking about me. When I take a moment to breathe. Then I'll look down at the phone like, oh, he texted me, it's so sweet. I just emojis, and then and then going on about my business. So and I'll come back home and then we make time for one another. So. That's typically how we run the relationship. Even though I'm extremely busy, he's busy, we still make sure that we have time for one another. Yeah. That's like number one. Like we have to make time.
She will say like,
we're about to do.
Yeah. Oh, she'll say it to me. I think we need to like, let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
Simple as that.
I'm gonna call y'all the homie loving friend.
The homie loving friend.
Yeah, let's do it.
Very good. Thank y'all for being here.
No, thank you for
having us.
Yeah.
The couple's stories are meant to inspire and spark dialogue on how faith bonds our romantic relationships. We engage in open, candid discussions on boundaries, love, faith, prayer in marriage, the importance of true friendship, commitment, and what women and men really want from a significant other. We laughed, cried, and then it got real as we talked through what it takes to ride the highs and lows of a Christ-centered marriage.